The Midnight Mystery. It was midnight. The clock struck exactly 2:17. While the world was asleep, a strange rumor began to circulate within the dark files of the internet. At first, no one took it seriously. But within minutes, the same question appeared across hundreds of different accounts. What happened to Netanyahu? The strange part was this. There was no official statement, nor any verified news. Yet people were talking about the exact same thing, a feeling that something was being hidden. Just minutes after the rumor began to spread, a short video surfaced online. It lasted only a few seconds. A shaky camera, a dimly lit hallway, and Israeli soldiers waiting at the end of that corridor. No one was visible speaking in the video, but a sound resembling a whisper could be heard in the background. The video spread like wildfire. Then suddenly it was deleted. But the internet does not forget such things. Copies had already begun to be shared. From that moment on, a single question haunted everyone's mind. Had something actually happened, or was this just another conspiracy theory birthed by the internet? But what made this story truly intriguing wasn't the rumor itself. It was the fact that several official programs were abruptly cancelled that night, without a single explanation. The investigative trail. At first glance, that short video circulating on the internet seemed insignificant. But some people began to notice the details. One of those people was investigative journalist Daniel Arman. Daniel had been investigating political events for years, and the moment he watched the video, he sensed that something was abnormal. He watched it over and over again. Finally, he spotted a tiny detail. There was a small sign on the hallway wall. Daniel recognized this sign. This was no ordinary hospital. It belonged to a private medical center where state officials are taken only in emergencies. This discovery heightened Daniel's suspicions even further. If the video had indeed been filmed there, its leak onto the internet represented a massive security breach. Daniel immediately tried to reach out to certain authorities, but the response he received was always the same. No comment. Sometimes silence is the most powerful answer, and this silence made Daniel feel only one thing. There was something behind this story that remained unexplained. The flight logs. As Daniel continued his investigation, intriguing details began to surface. Several official programs scheduled for recent days had been abruptly cancelled. Some meetings had been moved behind closed doors, away from the press. But the most compelling detail was a flight that took place in the middle of the night. A military aircraft. The takeoff time was striking 02:31, just minutes after the rumors began to explode across the internet. Daniel started digging into the flight logs. The aircraft's destination was unlisted, but its call sign was what caught his eye. Mid-01. This code was typically reserved for emergency medical evacuation flights. This information left Daniel even more bewildered. Was there truly a medical emergency? Or was all of this merely a string of coincidences? Just as Daniel was considering giving up, An anonymous message popped up on his phone. It contained only a single sentence. The true story has yet to emerge. The apartment at the end of the silence. Daniel investigated the number the message was sent from, but he found no trace. It appeared to be completely anonymous. But a few minutes later, another message arrived. This time it contained nothing but an address. Driven by curiosity, Daniel decided to go. The address led him to a weathered old apartment building. An elderly man opened the door. He was a former paramedic. Daniel showed him the video. The man stared at the screen for a long time, then took a deep breath. He uttered only one sentence. "That footage is from that night." Daniel immediately pressed him. "Which night?" The man fell silent for a moment, then spoke in a low whisper. "The night no one wants to talk about." At that exact moment, the lights in the apartment suddenly cut out. Footsteps echoed in the hallway outside. The man leaned in and said one last thing to Daniel. "Some truths are never meant to be explained." Daniel was trying to piece together everything he had seen and heard that night. The rumors spreading across social media, the abruptly cancelled programs, the military aircraft departing at midnight, and those anonymous messages. When all these pieces were brought together, a disturbing picture began to emerge. Yet there was still no definitive proof. Daniel decided to publish his investigation. However, something strange happened as soon as the story went live. Footage was rapidly scrubbed from the internet. Posts were deleted. Accounts were suddenly deactivated. It was as if someone or something didn't want this topic to be discussed. Looking straight into the camera, Daniel delivered his final words. Perhaps the real question isn't what happened to Netanyahu. Perhaps the real question is, why is the truth being suppressed? And sometimes the greatest mystery of all is the question that remains unanswered.